So good morning everybody. Today, because we're now in week 3 of all being locked down, I thought it was really important to bring to you today a practice that really allows your juice to flow. And with the yoga practice, the best way to do that is to really think about that inflow and outflow of breath into the body. And we call that the pranayama. So that links our mind, our body and our spirit or our heart, enabling us to bring light and life and really more a sense of well-being into our physical body. Some of this practice is Kundalini practice, which I have used a lot throughout my years that I've been practicing yoga, because it tends to use a lot of postures or vinyasas which encourage a flow, which of course is a bit like if you're running or you're walking, you're actually forced to breathe deeper into your body. So without any further talking about that, let's get started. So just to begin with, we're just going to come into that nice quiet space, so bringing yourself to being present on the mat. So you can sit in rock pose or cross-legged pose, or sit on a chair if you wish. And in order to bring yourself into the present moment, use your physical body to do that. So feel your sit bones on the chair or the block or the mat. Feel the backs of your legs on the ground or the mat. Listen to the sounds around you. Scan your body and feel where you might like the oxygen to flow to today. What do you want to achieve out of your practice today? Just being mindful that even through a practice we can change our minds. Sometimes we suddenly think, I don't really like this, or I don't want to do any more. Then just take a moment and rest and pause in child's pose or sitting up, and just use that time just to focus on your breathing. So linking into your autonomic nervous system and hopefully utilizing the breath to harness the benefits of the parasympathetic nervous system for bringing about a sense of calmness, recuperation and recovery. So improving not only our physical health but also our mental health. So let's just start here just by inhaling the shoulders up. I'm going to do this really deliciously. So inhale up, exhale down. Inhaling up, exhaling down. Close your eyes and really feel what's happening in your body this morning without judgment. No judgment needed. Lovely big circles there. Let's now take the wrists and rotate the wrists. So bringing a sense of awareness into your hands, into your arms, which you use every day for carrying out tasks for yourself, your family, your friends. And then open your hands up, so spreading them out, turning them down, grabbing hold of your fists, turning your fists in and then turning them out. So really important if you've been using a keyboard while we've all been working at home. I'm going to bring the hands up onto the shoulders here. Just very gently we're going to turn and look one way and then the other. So we're going to inhale left, exhale right. So just very gently here, nothing too much. Just gently moving the spine here. Just getting a sense of waking up here. And then just deliciously, let's roll those shoulders. So, imagine you're like a little bird with wings, ready to fly. And then now let's take those back the other way. So just releasing any tension that you might have through your shoulders. Oh, that feels beautiful. And then release. Let's now inhale the arms up here and then exhale, just gently turning to the right. There's no need to turn right round. Inhaling up, exhaling. So this is just first thing in the morning. We take our practice very gently. We don't try to twist or turn too much. We just work with where we're at, and it doesn't really matter where you're at. The point is just to do something, to move the body. By moving the body, we move the breath through the lungs and then enable them, because of the increase in our heart rate, to be pumped to all of the tissues. So improving that uptake of oxygen into each one of the cells, which helps to improve our metabolism, not only of our physical body, but also our mental body. So harnessing all of those feel-good hormones that are released by our body. And then inhaling now, let's come back through center. Let's now bring the legs, or I'm coming off my block. If you're sitting on a block, then do that. Let's bring the hands now onto the knees, and just very gently now, just exhale. Tuck the chin down, tuck the belly right back in towards the spine. Inhale, coming forward, big breath here. Exhaling, inhaling. As we come back this time, we're going to come into lion's breath, which is as you exhale, you poke your tongue out and you breathe out over it. So big breath in through the nose, exhaling. Inhaling, coming up, exhaling. Inhaling, coming up, exhaling. Inhaling, coming up and exhaling. Good old lion's breath. Good way to make you feel like you're releasing all those lions that are stored up. Inhaling one more time, exhaling. Nice work there. We're going to come through now, and we're going to come into just a very simple seated sun salutation. So often in the morning we might do standing sun salutations, which if you're a little bit stiff in the morning or you haven't had a very good sleep, you might not feel like doing that. So we're going to do one from a seated position. We're just going to start just by gently, we're just going to take the neck from the over to the right, come back through center, and then drop it over to the other side. Coming back through center, and then dropping over the other way. So you might have noticed then that although I was going to go into that sun salutation, something in my body told me just to give my neck a little bit more of a warm up than I have done this morning before starting this class. So we need to listen to our bodies, and if that happens to you when you're practicing, just take no notice of what I'm doing and do what feels good for you. Okay, so we're going to come into rock pose here, and we're going to make sure that we've really got all of these muscles. I call it your abdominal girdle, these muscles, your undercarriage switched on, so the belly's pulled back towards the spine. You're really lifting your heart up and opening it up so the shoulders are drawn back. So you're engaging all of your muscles. And then we're going to inhale up here. Take a nice big breath. And then as we exhale, we're going to come down into that nice box pose. Then we're going to do just a lovely cat. Oh, stretch that cat out. And then a cow, inhaling, looking forward. Then you're going to press through your hands and bring your head back down to the mat, pressing your buttocks towards your heels. Stay here for a couple of breaths, and then very slowly now, inhaling, coming back to that seated position. And again, before you start, think about switching all your muscle groups on. And then inhaling up, exhaling down, coming into that nice box pose. Inhaling forward, exhaling back, and then inhaling again, and then exhaling that nice rounded back that presses you back into that lovely child's pose. And then slowly bring your arms in and come back to that seated position. Inhaling up, exhaling down, coming into that nice box pose, lovely cat pose, nice cow pose, exhaling back. Really feel that and stretch your ribs from side to side. Really get a sense of opening up your body on each side for the morning. And then one more time coming back, inhaling up, and I've got the sun on my face now, it's beautiful. Exhaling down, and here comes Ellie. And then inhaling forward, exhaling back, and then taking a rest. That's beautiful. And stretch out your body here. Really get a sense of feeling that awakeness that you have in your body. And then let's now, over here Ellie, good girl, sit down, good girl. Let's come now to lie on our side here. So we're going to do a little bit more work on the side like we did yesterday. Not too much here, so just again, today what we're going to do is just think about switching on these side muscles. I'm just going to bring the knee into the chest here and then take it away. Knee into the chest here and then take it away. So really using your breath here. Inhaling, exhaling, inhaling, exhaling. Beautiful there. And then now let's do the same thing with the other side. So just using your core muscles here. Make sure you're nice and straight here. And then inhaling, exhaling. Really stretching out here, feeling the body wakening up. Inhaling, exhaling, inhaling and exhaling. That's beautiful. What we're going to do now is we're going to come into what we call a supported side plank. So with a side plank, you can have both your knees bent if that's right for you. You might just want to lift your arms up to the sky. So that's version 1. The next version allows us to come up onto the arm and then lift the other arm up to the side. The third version is to stretch the leg right out and really stretch yourself up to the sky. So feeling that lovely extension from your right hand right through your heart and down onto your mat. So I'm on a little bit of a lean on the ground today here, so I'm feeling a little bit wobbly. And reaching, really feel the stretch right into your fingertips. Have an awareness of your feet stretching out on the mat. And really get a nice sense again of that opening through your body there. And then lowering yourself down here. Let's now, just before we move to the other side, bring the feet so that they're mat width apart and bring your hands behind you and lift your chest up. And then we're going to drop the knees over. So inhaling and exhaling here. So just a nice, again, a little bit of rotation through the hips and the knees and the ankles here. So waking up all those lower joints. Okay, and then we're going to come now onto this right side here. So the same thing again. Depending on your day, you just might want to do this. That's cool. Looking up to the sky and feeling that stretch right into your fingertips. So really important to use the asanas to bring about an awareness of where your physical body is in the space that you occupy. Or we're going to come up onto our elbow and stretch up to the sky. Or we're going to extend now this left leg out and come right up onto our arm there. So taking that stretch right up to the side. So this is a supported half plank. And breathe. So really, really breathing there. So opening up the side body and keeping your neck nice and supported here. Let's turn the eyes down towards the mat and then rotate the eyes looking up to the ceiling. Feeling that glorious sun on your face and really being aware of the miracle of being able to breathe in that oxygen, taking in that life-giving force that keeps us alive. And again, think about this lower leg. If you want to make a little bit more work, you can lift that leg up and lower it down. So again, when you've stopped watching this video, lots of variations for you. And then very slowly, let's come down here. Let's now come and bring our legs across, and I'm going to sit on a block just because I'm kind of on a little bit of a lean here. So what I'm going to do here now is we're just going to rotate the torso. Maybe I'm not on a block. So we're going to bring the hands out to the front here, and we're just going to bring some life into circling the torso. So again, through your hips. So imagine you're like a big mixing bowl here. You can bring your hands out the front if you like. So inhaling and exhaling. Really feel that movement, that core engagement there. Then now take that back the other way. Oh, that's delicious. That's really good. Okay, and then gently release. Let's now come and lie down on the mat. And what we're going to do now is we're just going to come up into a very, very simple table posture. So let's bring the hands in behind us and bring our feet so that they're hip width apart and your hands are shoulder width apart. Then we're just going to lift up the torso and again really press the floor away. So getting that sense of lifting up and away and feeling like you're a tabletop. Can someone bring you a cup of coffee and put it on top of your belly? And then very gently now just lowering yourself down. Now what I'm going to do now is I'm going to just turn my mat so that I'm facing against a wall so that you can do a little bit of this at home before we come into Breath of Joy. So when we do a lot of work with the legs, we can use a wall to support ourselves or a chair. So the idea is to get your hip right up against the wall, and then, because I'm lying down, I have to put a pillow there, and have my block handy, and maybe this. I'm going to lie down here, and we're just going to bring the buttocks right into the wall. Now what you're going to do here is we often do this action where we come into half a bridge, where we inhale the tailbone up, and then we exhale it down. You'll find if you have your feet against a wall, you're actually a lot more supported doing this. So again, take a big breath in as you press the floor away, inhaling up and exhaling down. That's beautiful. Inhale up and exhale down. One more time here, inhaling up and exhaling down. Let's now bring the legs wide apart. So again, we often do this when we're on a seated pose, or we can do it when we're standing. But I want you to bring your legs apart until you feel that you have enough stretch in those inner thighs. You want to lift the hands right above the head and stretch out the fingers. Oh, that feels delicious. And then pull the belly button right back in towards the spine. Really feel that opening in the front body, in your thighs and across your back. And breathe here. Feel how delicious that feels. Just allowing the muscles, the ligaments and the tendons to stretch out and using the oxygen to soften those muscles up. That nice, slow, deep breath. Then now bring your hands in underneath your thighs and then just cross your ankles here, bringing your feet either into the wall, or for me, I'm actually going to cross them and bring them right down onto the floor here. So really feeling that lovely opening now through the hips and into the small of the back. So you get a real sense of being open. I'll just turn around so you can see. So this is actually a really nice way to lie with the hands facing upwards, really getting a sense of being open. Take some beautiful big breaths here, and if you need to bring yourself back to the breath, you can always bring your hands onto your belly. So really feeling that action, the diaphragm, which sits very low in the belly, really being used. Okay, let's now lengthen the legs here. Just going to gently now, I'm going to turn around and roll back this way, but what I'm going to do now is just rock and roll on the spine. So bringing your feet now across your buttocks and crossing your ankles and grabbing hold of your toes. So rolling on the spine is a great way to really feel alive, like some of the things that we used to do when we were kids. Really feeling that movement there. Because I'm going uphill, I'm kind of not moving very far, but you get the idea. It's really nice. And then what we're going to do is we're going to roll. We're going to come right up to stand. So getting that nice bounce there. And then before we come into Shavasana, we're going to come into what we call breath of joy. So inhaling up here, take a big breath, and then we're going to 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, ha, ha, 1, 2, ha. So really force that air out. Ha! One more time. Ha! Let's come down into a little squat here. And then come right up onto your toes here. So really feeling that length. And then slowly lower yourself down onto the mat. I'm just going to come in to sit into a little place of quietness before we finish our practice today. So, I don't know if you're like me, but I can certainly feel an extra amount of blood flowing through my veins. And I can feel that my lungs have really been fully inflated. I have a sense of openness about me. I hope you can feel that too. So let's now quietly bring the hands into the lap. Let's sit up nice and tall. Just take a moment to scan our bodies before we finish our practice. So feel your sit bones on the mat. Feel the backs of your legs and your feet. Give them a little wiggle if you really want to become familiar and attached to them. Feel your belly button. So give your belly a gentle pull. Pull the belly button back towards the spine. Inhale, take a beautiful big breath and lift your shoulders up and roll them back down around your spine. So feeling the heart lifting, the mind open, the heart open with the shoulders back. Put a smile on your face. So smile. Give yourself a smile for your practice today. Carry that smile with you all day. And I hope that this practice today has got your juices flowing. It certainly has got mine flowing. And I look forward to joining you again another day. Namaste. Have a beautiful day. Thank you.